Hello, Toy Collector fans. Universal Toy Collector here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome once again to Scuba Pete for the Universal Toy Collector and Scuba Pete podcast. How you doing? How you doing, Scuba?
I am doing well. I'm glad it's Friday. Glad to be hanging out finally. Enough work.
Yes, it's been a busy few weeks, definitely for sure. What have you been up to, Pete?
Well, I wanted to show something that I just got from James Salzberg, literally right before we came on.
Oh, wow.
Check out that bad boy.
Awesome.
So that's, Action Man 12-inch figure. And I got the diver from a buddy of mine, Master Son. And James reached out and said, hey, would you like the Zodiac for that? And I'm like, yeah. And, of course, being James, he wouldn't let me pay for it. Turkey. And he also sent me a gear pack with it as well, with the wetsuit and spear gun.
I'm going to get you up.
Make me big.
Look at this.
Yeah, check that out.
Do you want to show the others as well? Put them up to the screen.
Oh, yeah. I can do that happily again. The Mission Raft. And the figure that kicked it all off. I mean, that is just amazing.
Awesome.
Love it. Imagine that.
We've got Raiders go in the chat there.
Hey, hi, Cat. And Mark Boba.
Oh, yeah. See Boba Hicks there. So what are we going to be discussing tonight, Pete?
We are talking, we're going to start out with the failed Haslabs on the Star Wars side of life, which will, we can't not bleed into G.I. Joe Haslabs. And talk about that. But after we finish that little quick pro quo, we're going to talk about our dream ideas for Haslab. I mean, if they're going to do it, we're going to think up projects. What would you like to see? We'd like to see you guys in the chat also, post what you would like to see if you're into that. I'm currently backing the Sky Striker, so I am in on a Haslab. So I'm not just talking.
I've backed the Sky Striker as well. Sorry, Pete, we've got Trenton.
Hey, Trenton.
Hey, Trenton. Yes. Keith Knight. Hello. And Jonathan.
Mr. Redmond.
Hello, guys. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I've backed the Sky Striker. So I didn't back the Hiss tank.
I did not back the Hiss either, my friend.
No.
A little. I know everybody's now, hey, for the figure reveals that you get with it, it makes sense from a monetary point of view, and I get that, and that's cool that people are excited about it. It's kind of neat that it blew up that fast, that quick, and it was funded. It was really like, hey, Star Wars, hold my beer, watch this. And we launched the Hiss tank, and it's like funded in a couple hours. Sure. And they're like, that's how you do a Haslab.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it definitely goes to prove that there is a 6-inch line can be successful. It's just what you pick. So the Star Wars team, for their Haslab projects, they had the Rancor and they had the lightsaber. So where do you think it went wrong for the Rancor?
For the Rancor, I think the price point was about $50 or 50 quid too high. I think it should have been a little lower for that. But if they were going to keep it at that price point, let's face it, those tier reveals did them no favors. I mean, when they were like, hey, a cardboard backdrop and some bones, that I can run down to Hobby Lobby and pick up bones that'll scale with him. That was, I didn't do the sail barge. I remember seeing that and it was all new and what is this Haslab thing? And wow, that's really cool. And at the time it was like, wow, I don't have that kind of money to be spending on that, and Leslie would kill me. But I honestly, the Rancor, I was, kind of like, yeah, I don't know. And then again, as those tier reveals came out, it was like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, the cardboard backdrop and the bones, that should have come as standard. That should have come with it,
along with the Rancor Keeper.
Yeah, well, that that should
right
have
out
been
of the gate.
well, that could have been a stretch goal, but you had the Gamorrean Guard, which is still on sale and you can still get a retail in some places.
Yep.
And then I think it was an all new sculpted Luke, wasn't it, that they did?
I think it was. Chat may correct me, but yeah, I think that was a newer sculpt on Luke.
Yeah.
I don't think that was a repack, but did you feel like it was just thrown together? Like they were like, "What do we do? Hey, you still got that Rancor project on your computer?"
See, I personally feel the Rancor would have sold. It would have sold out, right? And people would have backed it if you'd have had an Ula and a Slave Leia.
Oh.
But the fact is, everybody was going on about that, but there was no way on God's earth that Disney were ever going to allow that to happen. They will never sell that Slave Leia and then never sell the Ula or release it. Now, they've shot themselves in the foot there, Disney, because for the sake of being woke, they've got a failure on their hands with a Haslab project. Because if they had those two figures plus the Rancor Keeper, that would have sold. That would have been backed. That's my opinion, anyway.
Oh, there was a lot of people, out there were, what was it? Hashtag no Ula, no Mula. I remember seeing that, and I'm like, yep. I mean, people were just like, what you're offering with this is bollocks. I mean, it's like you're kidding me. You expect us, and I thought on the positive side, I thought it was cool that people voted with their dollars and said, nope, not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I think it would have been big. It would have been big, and I think a lot of people are sort of like limited for space. But I honest to God, think it would have sold or been backed if you'd have had those three figures for sure.
Oh, without a doubt.
And then, so I mean, no company likes to fail. No company likes to fail. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
What? Cat made a good point. It would have helped to wait to reveal it till after Book of Boba, when Boba was riding that thing, King Kong style. 7 minutes past the hour. Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, get a little hype, but
I just don't get some of the decisions that are being made. I mean, is it Disney making those decisions? Is it Hasbro making those decisions? Is it Lucasfilm making those decisions?
One wonders. But what you've just said is, potentially there's three fingers in the pot.
Yeah.
With, including Hasbro. And it's like, it's not like G.I. Joe, which is a Hasbro in-house brand. So nobody's telling them, hey, I don't want to do this, or no, you can't do this. They're like, yeah, we're doing that. All right. Full steam ahead.
Brilliant. My camera turned off.
Yeah, cool test bars. It says change the battery pack.
Did I really? Oh, for goodness sake, it should be plugged in. What's going on? Unbelievable.
Hey, don't start cussing again. Yeah,
I won't. I'm not cussing. I don't do that. I don't swear. Oh, unbelievable.
So Jonathan says, like, if Hasbro did know beforehand and still went ahead with that campaign, then there's no hope for that team at all.
Oh, where's this one out?
Right? Yeah, and Goji agrees with Kat. Maybe if they'd extended it.
Yeah, I'm still going to be talking. My batteries have run out. Unbelievable. What a joke. So hang on a minute. I'm just going to skip to the chat. Disney 100% screwed over Hasbro in not telling them a Rancor would be in the Boba Fett. Yes, definitely with that one. What else we got? Goji, welcome to the chat, Goji. Maybe if they'd have extended the Rancor to after it. Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Like if Hasbro knew beforehand.
Goji says Stu versus technology, round 17. Ding, ding, ding.
Me and technology don't get on. I don't know what is going on. I've got the camera plugged in. It's all plugged in, and
hey,
the battery's dying.
Try jumping out and jumping back in. you're back.
Oh
no, you're gone.
Right, Pete. Just carry on chatting. I'm going to go and change the batteries.
You are fine. We've been here before. So, what else did I pick up? In the mail was also the new Action Force comics that have come out. So I ordered these from England, and they finally got cleared through customs. They only had them for like a month, and I honestly thought that they had just simply gotten lost. But today, they showed up. And ooh, look at that red shadow on the cover of issue 2. They've got multiple covers for them, so I did get 2A and 2B. So here's the cover for 2B, and it's Destro.
Ah, ta-da! I'm back.
Yeah. Hey!
Yo. Oh, there
AKA
you go.
the Jackal.
Ah.
I love him. Cool.
Right. Hello, sorry about that, people.
Crisis averted.
Yep, and I didn't cuss. I'm very proud of myself.
You did not. I am very proud of you. No F-bombs at all. Georgie's clapping from the other room.
People watching, me and technology, technology hates me. Absolutely hates me. But there you go. Right. So moving on to the second failed Haslab project, which was the Reaver Lightsaber. Wow. Thoughts on that, Pete?
I'm like, why not just make it an Inquisitor lightsaber? But I don't think even that would have saved it. I think it was priced incredibly too high. I know what I spent in the park to build a lightsaber and have that experience, and it was way cheaper. So basically, for the cost of that Reaver lightsaber, I could have done that experience like 2 times. And I know that there's people that they get all the sabers no matter what. That's their jam, and that's way cool. I respect that. But I just as a dabble in that, obviously I've just got the one. I just think that price point was way too bonkers. I don't think it honestly deserved to be a Haslab. Like, if you want to do it, just do it. Like the Vader lightsaber that they just come out with. Just have it and let people order it. And if you sell 1,000, you sell 1,000. If you sell 2, you sold 2.
But again, whose idea was this to push this? Was it Disney? Was it Haslab or Hasbro rather, or was it Lucasfilm? Now, the thing is, I don't want to get too political about it, but I certainly feel that Disney had a kind of agenda with this, because why would you call it Reaver's lightsaber? They're all the same. All the Inquisitor's lightsabers are the same. So to me, it's like, here's a new character. We have a black lady playing a villain and a major part of the Star Wars universe. Let's just push this. And again, it's going down that woke road. I don't want to say too much about it because everybody's got their own views about it. That's how I feel, and I think woke is getting in the way of certain things, and it's clouding people's judgment.
They certainly rammed her character down our throats. I liked her. I didn't, and her overall performance not that enjoyable for me.
Yeah,
but I blame the writers and I blame the producers, because they're the ones who tell the actor, this is what we're looking for. They shoot a take and somebody says, yep, perfect. On to the next shot. And I'm like, that's their fault, not her fault. I think she's a very fine actress. Yeah. And the color of her skin has absolutely nothing to do with it. I think she was the victim of very bad writing. And that's a shame.
You made an interesting point.
It was like, Reaver the 3 3/4 inch figure, Reaver the 6 inch figure, Reaver lightsaber, and it was like, holy crap! I'm like, Book of Boba, or not Book of Boba, Mandalorian came out and we didn't have squat, like nothing. And to come on strong like that, it's like, really? Like, how about a little balance in the Force?
I found it unnecessary because it just seemed to me that they were pushing an agenda, and I don't think that's right. Leave it. Right? Yes, everybody wants to be inclusive. I get that. I don't have a problem with that. I didn't have a problem with the character. I didn't have a problem with the lady playing the part. What I do have a problem is stuff being pushed on you, and I don't think they should be doing that. Like if they hadn't made a big fuss about it, like Reaver's lightsaber or pushed her figures first and stuff like that, I don't think there would have been any issues. To be honest with you, I don't think the lightsaber would have sold. However, because I think it was a poor choice overall, whether it would have been the Inquisitor's lightsaber or Reaver's lightsaber. I think it was a poor choice.
Yep. I think they priced themselves right out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Was
I mean, how much was the price again?
What was that? 500 US? I think it was. I remember just flipping to it and going, oh, like, don't get me wrong. I expect Haslabs to not be cheap. That's part of the point, I guess, is, wacky, weird, rare, unusual things that you want to see as a collector. And some of those things are not going to be super cheap. I'm looking at you, Ghostbuster Proton Pack, that would have been cool, but it's like, yeah, I'm not spending that. I didn't expect it to be a Haslab, and they should have sold it for $200. It doesn't deserve to be a Haslab, just like I said, with that Vader sword.
Yeah.
Just come out with it for sale, period. Pre-order. Okay.
I mean, you look at the lightsabers they're doing at Galaxy's Edge. Are they legacy lightsabers?
Yeah, the legacy sabers.
No, I've got one. Yeah, I mean they're decent, and they're they're not as expensive as
Yeah, they're fantastic. My future son-in-law has got several of those, and they were not $500 each.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Enough about the fails. Let's crack on with our choices now. Again, I'm going to be trying to do some screen sharing, so bear with me. This could go wrong in lots of ways, but nevertheless, we'll give it a go. So Pete, what is your first choice? So I think we're going to hit the Star Wars first, as we've just come off of Star Wars. So
cool. So everybody, again, we're just dreaming, spitballing. What I or Stuart, and again, we want to see what you guys would like to see if you're into it. What would you like to see as a Haslab project? So put your thinking cap on, dream big, and let's do this. And Mr. Brendan Haley just woke up and joined the chat.
Morning, ladies. We're fine, thank you. Cheers.
Good day.
Thank you very much. So Pete, this isn't like a top 10 or anything like that.
No,
it's basically
this is just
yeah. So we've done 5 Star Wars and 5 G.I. Joe, and it's just not in any particular order. So I'm going to try this screen sharing malarkey. So here we go. So what's your first one for Star Wars?
My first up is the Death Star landing bay in 3 3/4 scale that we saw in Star Wars, where the Millennium Falcon comes in and gets parked, by the tractor beam.
Yeah.
I think that would make
up on the screen
a kick-ass set. I have seen it built in Lego online, with just a glorious effect to it, even with some lighting effects of the force field around
this one.
Oh, there's a spoiler for G.I. Joe in that.
Yeah.
But I think that would be, Death Star landing bay. But that whole scene, think of the playability that you could have. You could park there you go. Park your Millennium Falcon in there, have some light effects like that. Force field, if you've been to Galaxy's Edge and ridden the ride, to see that in person, that feel of a landing bay. Oh.
So you said this would be 3 3/4 inch. What would your stretch goals be for this?
Stretch goals. I think I would start out with the like a easy lob, which would be like the scanner team, that comes aboard the Falcon. Like that would be the easy one. I think the tougher ones I'd start putting in. Think about that landing bay, not with the Falcon. Now let's talk like Emperor and all of his cronies, Imperial Dignitary and Imperial Guards, like in that kind of like an arrival set.
Yeah.
Definitely hit that troop builder button that so many people have. I mean, I have it mildly. I can't pass up a vintage Stormtrooper or Biker Scout if I see them. But I think that would be cool if they made, and all kinds of Imperial officers, you know what I mean? Like where you could just turn into that whole scene and easily populate that. I think that would be cool, especially with those packs that they've been releasing on their own anyway.
Okay, thanks for joining us, Phil. Cheers.
See you, Cat.
Yeah, sorry, Pete. Crack on.
No, that's all right. And then other stretch goals, I don't know. I didn't think too deeply into stretch goals, but that was certainly where my head's at.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking along the same lines as you, with one of my choices.
Mouse droids. Boba Hicks, Mark, he was like a couple of mouse droids. That would be cool.
So I'm going to go for the
Trenton, the Black Death Star droid. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of permutations that you could really trick this thing out.
So what I'd like to see.
Oh, baby.
Something like that in 3 3/4 inch, obviously.
You mean a real Star Destroyer playset?
Yeah. So, yes, I think that'll look pretty cool, definitely. And then what you could have as a stretch goal, you could have like I don't know, Admiral Piet or Admiral Ozzel, Captain Needa. A couple
you could have the how about choking Captain Needa?
Oh yeah, yeah. Why not?
Not just him, just have him where he's like, oh. That would just be awesome.
Definitely. No, I mean, yeah. I mean, because I think at the moment Hasbro seem to be quite happy doing the playsets, don't they?
Yeah.
They don't seem to be wanting to do the vehicles too much anymore.
Yeah, I think you could make that. They've got, and I did for a while actually order the Jabba playset, the TVC Jabba playset, but then I was like, I already got the vintage Jabba throne. I'm like, and then, excuse me, and then part of me was like, you know what? I think I'll wait and see if I can get that later at a cheaper price rather than doing the FOMO thing and be like, I gotta have it.
Yeah.
It's quite possible, another year from now or whenever it comes out, that maybe they're like, hey, you like it at $199? I'm like, okay, now you have my attention instead of $264 shipped. So that would be great.
Go on. I was going to say I know they're setting it for the bigger Boba Fett, and you can also change it around so you can have it for the Return of the Jedi with Jabba and stuff like that. But I don't think you've got we haven't got a normal Jabba, have we? You had one that come with a barge, and then they're going on the eBay for like silly prices in the secondary market. So they've not got an updated version of Jabba on his own.
No, you've got a cardboard set that they did in the early 2000s, I think it was, throne room. Tim Hayes has it, and he's got it tricked out with like all of his Kenner figures, and it's got steps and a place for Carbonite Han. He's got it looking good, but in that same vein, like I bring on the Star Destroyer, a real Star Destroyer playset. That would be cool.
Would be huge. That'd be huge. Right. So what am I looking for next, then, Pete?
Next up, a proper Echo base from
Echo base.
Yes.
Let's have a look.
Oh, Jonathan Redmond said lights for the force field look as a stretch goal. I like that idea. Yes. Very cool. So I just picked up the cardboard Hoth playset that came with the Land of the Jawa, brown sculpted, but only done in white plastic that they use for Hoth. Nice. But
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen some Hoths Echo Base built with all kinds of foam. I've seen it done in Lego again. And that would make, again, in a 3/3 scale, a TVC Echo Base. Yes, please. With the blast doors and then that whole bay like that, again, where you could have your Falcon and several snow speeders. You've got the gantry there. Stretch goals. You could do like the little transport vehicle that,
definitely.
The pilots ride around in.
You got
med
the
bay.
little 2 droids here, little gong droids.
Yeah, you could just, again, really trick it out with stretch goal figures of different droids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Control room with like that awesome. I love that, when the Empire's assaulting and they're in the control room and you have that radar board, that big piece of glass and they're trying to track and all that. I love that scene. I mean, sitting in the theater as a kid, you were like, okay, that is cool.
That's pretty awesome.
But yeah, like that could have a little LED that lights up. How about a Wampa? It would come with a Wampa as a stretch goal for that whole like funny deleted scene that never made it into the movie where the Wampa's taking out snowtroopers.
Yeah. No, that'd be a great stretch goal. Have they got an updated Wampa for the vintage collection?
They did come out, a TVC Wampa in like really shiny, glitzy packaging. What was that? Maybe right before lockdowns, I think it was, like 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, moving on. This is what I would like to see as one of my Haslab ideas. All right, let's have a... Oh, where are we?
Ooh, Brandon Haley, Jawa Sandcrawler with tiers of the Skywalker farm entrance, Owen, Baru, moisture evaporators. That's a great idea.
This is what I'd like to see.
The Ghost
as a Haslab project. And the stretch goals would be easy. You just have the crew of the Ghost on card back, on a Rebels card back, unpunched.
Yeah.
I know Rebels is long, sort of like that's sort of like the boat sailed with Rebels with the figures. I mean, I think we're probably going to get some in different TV series later on Disney Plus and stuff like that with Ahsoka and I think Cassian Andor. But I would love to see the original Rebels crew on card backs, unpunched, with this as a Haslab project. I would love this. I can't see it, but
as a TVC scale, is that what you're talking? Like 3
3/4 inch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely. In the vintage collection with the card backs, I would love to see that.
Thoroughly enjoyed Rebels. That is probably one of my all-time favorite Star Wars cartoons. I dabbled in it when our kid was younger, and I was catching it on Disney Channel, like what the, and then coming back and just being able to watch it cover to cover without all the commercials. Superb.
It definitely started getting juicy from season 3 onwards, season 3 and 4. I think because you had Rebels and then because they had the Clone Wars first, didn't they? And then I was so used to the Clone Wars and the quality of the animation and the characters and stuff like that. And then you had Rebels season 1, which was a kind of introductory, but it seemed very much for kids. And then it sort of like got a little bit more serious.
It got some.
Yeah,
it got some legs as you moved into season 2, 3, and then they were certainly hitting their stride.
So,
yeah.
what's your third choice for?
So my third
here?
choice is old school. Let's go back and revisit the Kenner Death Star, but do it again in TVC style.
Oh wow!
Make it like double that size, triple that size, but still keep a lot of nods to the original Kenner. I know a lot of people who did not get this, who were, they were just young enough to have missed out on it and never even saw it.
Yeah.
And so I think it would be fantastic for them to come back, revisit this. I know there were some rumors and things teased about this, I think, again, in like 2019-ish of a set. But I think that even, like I said, double or tripled up, because, again, we're talking Haslab, so, let's make it big and bad.
Yeah.
Still have that same nod to that structure with the gun. I mean, certainly the garbage chute escape hatch, but add like the detention block, so you can kind of reenact those scenes. More control stuff, maybe a little landing area for your ships, Imperial ships. Stick a TIE fighter in there, which would be a great stretch goal.
Oh, definitely.
Hey, this thing funds. We're gonna, again, TIE fighter, Dianoga, on and on and on. I think that would make a awesome thing and satisfy a lot of people who missed out, that are still kind of in our, age range where it was like, oh, missed it by that much. A plastic Powertoid Death Star with all the, yeah, that too. I think that set is flipping fantastic. I would not bat an eye. I would pick that up quick, that cardboard set. I know you know it, Stu, living in the land where you do. But yeah, how badass would that be?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh. I mean, I never saw that as a kid. I didn't even know there was a thing. I didn't even know they did the kind of Death Star playset, and and because there was two versions, wasn't there?
Well, you had the Kenner version, and then the Powertoid version was the all cardboard.
Yeah,
and it was in the round. It's like the Action Force HQ.
Yeah,
and then they, did it Star Wars, and it's got great features. I mean, the trash compactor area actually compacts. You've got an escape chute. It's got a mirrored centerpiece in the middle.
Let's try and get that one up.
Yeah, pull that bad boy up.
Just have a goosey gander. So,
Powertoid Death Star. That's what you want to type in your old search engine. I know Shabby and Cy had it as kids.
Okay.
I believe. There we go.
Yeah.
I believe they got it for Christmas, and since it was cardboard, it lasted all of like a hot 2 hours or something before like they crushed it.
Wow. But yeah, I mean, it's just
there's so much going on in that set, and plus they, if you different pictures, see they've got stormtroopers actually in on that. I mean, Bob Breakin said, "Hey, we wanted to give the kids more stormtroopers because they knew, like all of us kids, you didn't army build your stormtroopers. You had one.
That was it. Yeah,
maybe two, but the fact that they molded or printed those in the details, I mean, that's exceptional.
That's incredible. Yeah, it would be great if they did this again. Definitely.
Yep.
Wow. See, there's so many ideas and things that Hasbro or Haslab could do. It makes you wonder who makes these decisions. Who's, is it like say Disney, Lucasfilm, Hasbro?
I just, for as much as they put those teams together and they're like, hey, I know I'm a big fan of said property. And it's like, are you dude, some of those dudes just have like the white bookshelf that they're like, okay, change that out for Star Wars figures.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Star Wars fan from way back, and it's like, with somebody like Bobby Valla with Valaverse, when you have a toy creator who loves what they're doing, that is passionate about it, I mean, it just oozes out, right? So
yeah,
that it does make you wonder. It's like, who is on these teams? And again, lots of people have talked about it. Retro Blasting's talked about it. At the end of the day, they're corporations, and these people are like, look, this is my 9-to-5, or I just want to make mid-level manager by this time, next year. So what do we got to do that?
Disney's a business. Hasbro's a business. Lucasfilm's a business. Every business in the world, their main priority is making a profit and earning the bucks. That's what it's about.
It is.
That's all it's about.
But you see something like the Hiss tank in a 6-inch scale, which is freaking incredible, fund in a matter of hours, and that money that they now have, whether you like that model or not, and it's like, dude, why are you all leaving money on the table? Come up with better projects.
Wait, you saying that makes me wonder, because G.I. Joe is a Hasbro property. So they've got free reign to do what they want with it. They don't have Disney telling them. So that you saying that, it makes me wonder whether it's Disney actually pushing these projects onto Hasbro and saying, right, you need to push this. We want you to sell this. We want you to do this. Whereas with the G.I. Joe team, they probably don't have that pressure because they don't have Disney saying,
Right. Yeah. Like I was saying, there's only one finger in the pot, and it's Hasbro.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a house brand.
Yeah, definitely. So my next choice for 3 3/4 is, and I know a lot of people have. I've seen a lot of this in the comments, so I won't disappoint.
Brandon Haley, I think Bobby Valla shows more cred when you see his affection for the old Clash of Titan toys and a rare Kraken on display. Yeah, he's a toy lover. He's one of us.
Definitely. So this would be one of my my next wish on the wish list. A Sandcrawler. I think this would be absolutely awesome, and you'd have like a couple of carded Jawas as a stretch goals. You'd have a few of the droids as the stretch goals.
You could have
there's the Lego set there. That's fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, that's when you see what you can do in Lego, and you're like, give that to me in just straight up plastic, won't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Sandcrawlers that have come out like recently or over the years, they've been okay, but they've never been properly to scale of that. I mean, I know you're never going to get it like 100% to scale, but
the girls actually got me the Disney Parks stand crawler for Christmas this past year.
Okay, yeah.
And so it's sitting right there.
How is that?
You know what? It looks really good. It's got a lot of decent paint apps going on it, so it looks, Tatooine used. The inside is, again, rather Spartan and could be way better. It was I think Disney Parks sell it for like $100 or something like that.
Yeah.
Again, I got it for Christmas, so I don't know for sure, but I think is around $100 price point. But to a Haslab, I mean, that all the droids and everything inside. I mean, you could really trick that thing out. And Scuba's showing off. Hello. And somebody said earlier, the Lars Homestead and a moisture evaporators.
Yeah.
You really could take that thing to a whole other universe, as it were. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That one that you've got, the Disney Parks one, I saw that in 2019 and I was so tempted to get it. It's just the fact of getting it in the suitcase on the plane on the way home. We just didn't have the room. So
Right? Yeah. The last time we went, we flew, and I was like, "That's not even an option." Like I didn't even go over there. I was like, "No."
But I mean, like I say, we're coming up with these ideas, and I know a lot of people are coming up with ideas. It does make you wonder why Hasbro aren't thinking of these and thinking, well, yeah, this would be good. This would sell. I don't want this to come across as us bashing Hasbro, because we're not. They have done some good stuff. I mean,
they have just done some good stuff, but
you've got to look at the barge. The barge worked. The Razor Crest worked. I mean,
Razor Crest.
You know, is
exceptional. It's like when
exactly.
They really put their mind to it. They do well. I mean the Razor Crest and all of its stretch goals that they had in there, it was like, oh wow. I mean that one that had me on the fence too, and I was like, it's like the size of my coffee table. I'm like,
yeah, it's fairly big, fairly big. So what's your next one, Pete?
My next one, we are headed to Endor, and I would like to see, and again, TVC. I'm sorry, I'm not showing Black Series any love, but I'm trying to be remotely reasonable in my play sets, because I love play sets. The Imperial base, the shield generator, the landing pad. Actually, just do this. In your search bar, type in Lego Endor, Imperial base, and pull that up, because again, there's some people building some just kick butt stuff out of Lego, and I have seen on numerous occasions where people have built Endor and the Imperial base there, and
this is incredible,
ridiculously cool. I mean, the big radar or the dish, yeah, there you go, right? That's what I'm talking about. That I want that.
Yeah,
I want my AT-AT to be able to pull up to it, and we do the whole Vader Luke scene,
It's phenomenal.
I want to land my Tidarian shuttle on top. I mean, that's a little mini version of it, which is way cool. But trick it out with a few trees. Also give to the side, like a stretch goal would be like the bunker. You get a bunker entrance, as a stretch goal. So good. And again,
absolutely crazy.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, cool.
I'm like, oh, come on. And dream big. Yeah, I know it's going to have a fat price tag. It's got to be ginormous, even in TVC scale, to be able to land a Tidarian shuttle and walk your AT-AT. I don't care. Yeah. It's Haslab. Like,
well, yeah.
If you're gonna have this platform, let's do it up big. Let's go crazy.
That would be amazing. Yeah, definitely. I
got goosebumps just thinking about it. Come on.
when you said about Endor, I thought, here we go, rubbing the hands together. I thought you were going to say like an Ewok village.
Nope.
No, yeah.
But I'm not. I mean, I've got my Sherwood Forest Ewok village.
Yeah.
From Prince of Thieves. And then I've got the standard Ewok village. But even that, like a section of that, again, as a stretch goal, come on.
Yeah.
You could do so much. It's speeder bikes and biker scouts.
Oh, yeah. Again, the mind boggles. It really does with some of the decisions that have been made. So you saying about showing the Black Series some love. I'm going to show the Black Series some love right now.
Cool.
So this is because I think this would work. Let me just type it in here.
Brendan Haley, that would be a sweet coffee table. Design my living room. Yeah, right? I'm for the toy room centerpiece.
Ooh. I would like something like this in the Black Series.
Yeah, because they did do the Emperor's Throne, right? Or was that TVC?
Did, yep. It
was Black Series?
Yeah, they've done it Black Series as well, I believe, yeah. But definitely do something like this for the 6-inch. You could have...
that would be cool.
You could have your new tool in Luke. You could have Vader. You could have... it's Imperial dignitaries as stretch goals, or you could have who else? Royal Guards, but I mean we've got Royal Guards.
Yeah, the Imperial Guards.
Imperial Guards, yeah. But I think this would work as a 6-inch in the Black Series.
Yeah, that'd be a heck of a diorama to have.
Yeah, it would be. Again, but the thing is with the Black Series, it is so big, or the 6-inch scale, and you know it's just people like finding the room to put it.
Finding the room to put it, but again, when you see what the larger community is building, people are doing it, you know, for their photography, just to display their toys outright. You know, we're in the absence of these kind of offerings. It's like people are like, okay, fine, I'll just make it. I'll just do it on my own. And so you know, it's amazing what people are doing with foam and paint and plywood. And I'm raising a coffee rug. A Black Series X-Wing would be badass.
It would be.
I would happily take that to go with my Black Series X-Wing Luke. I'm not like shabby where I've just got libraries of Black Series. I'm very I pick and choose, but I've got a fair representation of Black Series. I do like that scale from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, I collect the Black Series, and the majority of my stuff is opened anyway. So I open the Black Series. I don't keep them on the cards. The only ones I keep on the card are the collector ones, like the 40th anniversary figures and stuff like that. So I was quite pleased when they turned around and decided that they were going to keep the bubbles.
Yep.
On special collector lines, which is good news for people who collect those lines.
Jonathan's brought up don't think many would have room for something like that, and you're not wrong. It would. I mean,
yeah,
just the Black Series Snow Speeder, is the size of a pizza box. So I can't imagine, naturally. But hey, I mean, again, why not? People are. Have the Razor
Snow
Crest.
Speeder works. I've got the Snow Speeder. It works, and it looks good. It is good. It works. So I can't grumble too much at that. But I mean, the His tank. I mean, that's not small, is it?
No.
It's
quite a chunk.
What's this?
Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah. Well, by the sounds of it, Pete, I think we've might have gone for the same thing there. Right. So, what's your final Star Wars?
My final Star Wars is a proper Bespin World, and I know we have a friend of ours in the community who is actually 3D printing a Bespin World, and it's pretty incredible. If you haven't seen that on Retro Blasting, he's had a couple videos up on it, but I mean the landing pad, the hallway, the dining room, obviously the carbonite freeze chamber. So
what I've done, Pete, is I've gone for something like this. The Lego. Oh, that's not a very big picture, is it? Look at that, you can't see at all.
It's teeny tiny.
Yeah. Let's try this one. No, that's even more. Blimey, O'Reilly.
But I do want to give a shout out to Joseph Dickerson. That's who I'm talking about. And he is Solar Quest Enterprises on eBay. And he is 3D printing a 3 3/4 scale Bespin products. And it's pretty amazing. And he was just revealing some future expansions to that Bespin World pack the other day. And if you like the micro scaled Bespin that we had as kids, he's obviously done that a lot of justice in what he's printing. Not that piece of
that's the late stuff. That's the offering we got from Hasbro, isn't it? So that's pretty disappointing.
Yeah, it's like wah, wah, wah. Well, you only got half for $50. So just to get that, you'd have to blow $100. And I have seen some great displays to a lot of people's customizers' credits, where it's lit up and they've taken that and run with it and turned it into something fantastical.
I mean, to me, that Bespin playset that the Vintage Collection released is like, you go out for the night, you have a few drinks, and there's this really gorgeous girl, and you think she looks absolutely fantastic. You take her home, you wake up in the morning, and you're thinking, shit me, that should be illegal. Like, that's not what I brought home. And that's exactly what that playset looks like in the without the lights and stuff like that. It looks like a unkept woman with no makeup. Terrible. Right? That's just my but yeah.
Yeah, the fact that obviously that was not a Haslab release, but still it was like, no. Really? I mean, it's
that was one of the first ones they did, wasn't it?
One of the for the TVC, yeah. It's so wobbly and.
Oh, there's nothing to it. It like I say, you just put a few lights around it and like turn the lights out and have the orange glow and stuff like that, and it does look quite effective. But then once you turn the lights off, and there's
not even pegs to peg your figures on it, for crying out loud.
No.
You look at it crossways and another friend, Lee, who is Pal Lee Toys, he is bringing forth a new offering here very soon. He's working on cardboard Kenner style play sets. And he's a friend, and he is coming out with some neat offerings here soon in the fall. So if you haven't, check out Pal Lee Toys. Okay. I believe that's .com now. I think he actually has a website up, but he's on Facebook and Twitter. But he's got he took that cardboard Powertoid Death Star playset, and he's come up with a Bespin World that is that same shape and structure, and it works because, again, you've got all these little pie pieces to fill those vignettes of Bespin, so it works really well.
A lot of the fans are doing a lot of the good work with this kind of stuff, and it makes you wonder why a company like Hasbro, who have got the resources and the funding and stuff like that, why they can't produce what some of the fans are doing. I mean, I've seen record blasting and stuff like that with some of the stuff that he's shown that the fans do, and it's absolutely fantastic. And I just, again, it's
a lot of times it feels very creatively stifled.
Yeah, right? Definitely.
It's like, come on, let these guys go.
Moving on. So my next one is, my last one for Star Wars would be, again, this would be in the 6-inch. They've done the snow speeder, so I think they will be able to get away with one of these. 2 seconds. Here we go. One of those. What is the matter with these inches? They're so small. There you go. That's better.
Nice.
I'd like to see that in the 6-inch and have the pilot as a stretch goal, and probably having a couple of landing crew people and a stand as other stretch goals and stuff like that. But I mean, that would probably be no bigger than the snow speeder.
Yeah, I think that's completely doable. Actually, who cares if it's doable or not? It's Haslab. Again, like I said, it's supposed to be crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, so they're just some ideas for Star Wars, really.
Now we're going to go over to the G.I. Joe side of life.
Okay.
Oh,
what am I looking for?
My first one up is the from A Real American Hero, the cartoons, the Cobra Jet that we were all teased with relentlessly. The big honking flying jet with a
I've got to find that now.
Cobra mouth on the front. And again, there's somebody I'm trying to G.I. Joe Dad. think he's building. He's working on making that. Yeah,
there you
go. That's what I'm talking about.
That
Again,
would be awesome.
3 3/4 scale. That would be outstanding. Big enough that you can roll, a vehicle up inside it. Like a his tank or fly trouble bubbles in there, which all those could be stretch goals. You could repack a hiss as a stretch goal and make it fancier.
Sure.
But definitely stretch goal, trouble bubbles, like a set of trouble bubbles and pilots. But the fact that like the Cobra mouth could open to accept those, just like in the cartoon. They were always stealing things out of, they had hoists coming out of the bottom of it, for always taking away whatever G.I. Joe was protecting. This is highly valuable. We've got this. And then the plane flight, and it's gone.
Would that be for O-Ring? Would that be O-Ring? Not the 25th anniversary, but the O-Ring figures, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've already, you've opened the O-Ring box again. Yeah, let's go O.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so my first pick for G.I. Joe would be, let's get rid of that. Now, I know they've already built one of these and done one of these, but I would like to see a bigger version of this with proper working lights.
Oh, yeah. I'm on board. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
A stretch goal could be like a little mountain base for it to fit onto, again, from like the cartoon introduction, where the Terradrome was always kind of sitting up on that knoll, that hill. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, lighted sounds. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, you could have the jet that come with it as well as a stretch goal.
Yeah, the Firebat.
The Firebat, that's it. Yep. Figures. What figures will we have?
Oh, you got to have, Cobra Commander, AVAC.
Yep.
Mindbender. Again, all O-Ring figures. Like, if you're going to do it, let's release the Kraken.
Definitely.
Let's staff this appropriately. And again, feeding to the troop builders. Have multi-packs of troopers and officers with that as well. That would be awesome.
Oh, we've lost Brendan. Sorry, Brendan.
Nope.
Sorry,
he's got to get to work.
He's got to go to work.
Be safe.
Indeed. Right. What's your next one, Pete?
My next one is, it's already mentioned by Brendan, is a flag. Bring back the flag.
Ooh.
I'm lucky enough to own one.
Yes, you are.
I want all my friends to have one, and at a great price. I want them to laugh at when I tell them what I had to spend to get a flag, and they're like, I got one off Haslab, and only paid $600, $700. It's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, that does look. I mean, I didn't even know this existed until I think a couple of years ago when I started just like watching YouTube channels and figure reviews and stuff like that. And then Michael Mercy was the guy that introduced me to this. I mean, it's just absolutely phenomenal. And you've got one as well, and I think Dave C from Straight from the Pit's got one, and
he's got one. G.I. Joeberg is where I first saw, what you could do making that additional base underneath, because you've got this precarious undercarriage that supports that awesome flight deck, but all you got was like a sliver of gray, 4-inch plastic, flexible plastic that threads through to kind of give it the whole feel to it. So I know Brendan brought it up, and if you haven't seen it on my Iconicon video on Chasing 80s Toys, I give a tour of my custom flag. But I think with this one, they really could use that bottom area, and instead of it, being just basically a wasteland down there, like, come on, give us an actual hull of a ship with compartments. that you could really trick out. But again, it's Haslab. Let's go nuts. Like,
oh yeah, why not?
I know it'd be
I think
I know it'd be expensive. I think it would sell too. To the naysayers, I mean, like, why is a flag a vintage flag in box going for $3,000-$4,000? I'm like, let's just Haslab one for $600-$700. I mean, go crazy.
They are hard to come by over in this country. I know a few people have got them. I've looked on YouTube. I've looked on eBay, and I've never been able to find a flag being sold in the UK. It's always been stateside. Now, with the size of it, and the cost as well, and then again add on top of that the import tax and the shipping fee, you're probably going to be paying a lot of money for that. So Haslab, I would.
Yeah, it's like GI Joe team. If you're listening, just do it. I mean, you're already okay. So the Sky Striker's out there. I'm in on it. I've got one coming. Oh, thank you, Keith. Love you, pal. But everybody's going to need, if that's your first Sky Striker, you need a flag to park it on, to display it on.
Do.
So
yeah.
Let's go crazy. And, I'm not saying just completely just give us exactly the old school. Like, trick it out. Make it slightly updated and a lot more features. And, still keep the microphone so you can do, like, stupid noises to your wife. Like, can I have a cup of coffee down here? That is all,
That is awesome. But I love that flag. I mean, I've seen yours because you did something on your flag a few weeks back, and I sat and watched that. And again, the work and the detail and what you put into that, it's just phenomenal. It looks phenomenal. The lighting, how you've got it set up. I mean, it really does. And I'll take my hat off to you for that. That is just what you've done with that is just fantastic. And
it's definitely a labor of love. When it was completed, it's kind of like I have a slightly hollow feeling, but then getting it back out to shoot that mega video that we did, it kind of got me reinvigorated again. Like, I think I want to expand into it. Like, I want to get more stuff to trick it out.
Is yours on coasters or wheels? You can move it
about. It's on wheels. Yeah, it's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 wheels, so you can surf it around. Yep. And I use marine grade plywood, so it's that and maple for the superstructure. It's heartily built.
Yeah. No, it's honest to God, Pete. It is amazing what you've done with that. It's fantastic.
Well, thank you. Yeah. But like I said, I want all my friends to be able to have one and at a much lower price.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so how long have you had yours?
2018.
Oh wow! So you obviously back in the day. So how much was that going for back in the day when it was first released?
$100, and so my flag has the box with it. I upgraded to a nicer quality image box not long ago, and I'm not even kidding when I say on the box is a Target markdown to $50.
Good.
Yeah.
God. It's crazy, isn't it? So, makes you want to cry. Unbelievable. Right. So my next one for G.I. Joe would be, again, this would be 3¾ inch. Let's just get it up. I've not got one of these either. I didn't even know it existed. But I would love to see one of these again.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
I would love to have that as a Haslab project because, again, didn't know it existed. So as a kid, I was totally unaware of this. But if I'd have known about this as a kid, I would have been all over that for sure. Definitely. It's just amazing. And you've recently got one as well, haven't you, Pete?
There you go. There she is.
Oh, hang on a minute. I've got to come out now. Where are we? Look at that. Wow.
And yes, that's a
display piece.
Action Force Triad fighter parked up on the nose. I want to hang that where it's kind of like coming in But yeah, it is massive. That as a heck yeah, definitely.
What would the stretch goals be for this?
Do what?
Stretch goals.
Oh, stretch goals?
I've not thought about stretch goals.
Oh man, all kinds of astronaut crew for that, because the booster part of it turns into a space station.
Oh.
So that whole crew.
Yeah.
A new hardtop O-ring figure. Gosh, yeah, you could really just go crazy. I like mine because it's a mix of Action Force. Like I'm always running Joint Ops, Joe and Action Force, but definitely
awesome.
And much sturdier doors. You could actually mess with it a lot, and not worry about it. Just
yeah. That was the trouble. Those pins, weren't clever, were they?
My doors stay open. I don't monkey with them. No.
Going back to your flag, the bit at the back that was it the fencing at the back that was always a bit dodgy, or there was something at the back that was quite a small piece that goes quite expensive?
The aft railing is a holy grail. I have a repro railing on mine.
Oh, naughty! No, again,
I can't. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so I have a repro railing on that because, maybe one day I'll run into somebody at a Joe Fest or whatnot and has one for a decent price. But yeah, I'm not spending what they actually cost on eBay for that. And I'm like, no, that's just nuts. Astro Vipers.
Astro Vipers to battle. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, because you need bad guys to be fighting in space, right?
Definitely.
Yep.
So, Pete, what are we looking at next then? Your next one?
My next one is I'm going to give some classified 6-inch scale a little love. Ooh. A Dr. Mindbender laboratory.
Oh,
for him to... I don't know if you bring up an image, but, where he's splicing the DNA. How many of you learned what DNA stood for thanks to Dr. Mindbender? I know I did as a kid.
I didn't know. Oh, blimey. Well, anyway, you want a Dr. Mindbender laboratory.
So, Dr. Mindbender laboratory. They, at San Diego Comic-Con last week, they announced, and I did snag the Dr. Mindbender deluxe figure. So I have that on pre-order, and he needs a laboratory to be monkeying around with his DNA and his, abhorrent experiments, with like some exam tables. I mean, I need beakers and other bad projects, going awry for Cobra, right? And I think that would just be a cool, again, like the throne room. Yeah, it'd be big, but again, it's Haslab. Why not?
Yeah, definitely. So this Mindbender, I didn't see that. I guess it's his attire from how he was dressed in the 80s with the 3 3/4 inch shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, like rocking the cod piece.
Can't beat it. Right. Okay, my next one. This again is for 3 3/4 inch. G.I. Joe. Now my friend had one of these, and I thought it was fantastic. So let's have a look. Would love one of these.
Ooh. Tomahawk.
Let's go with that one.
Yes, sir.
That just looks amazing.
Oh, it's a great helicopter.
It wasn't it just. And again, I watched something G.I. Joe Berg did the other day, and they were flying one of these around, and I just, you just think, wow, absolutely amazing.
So good. You got lift ticket up there.
That's it.
Piloting it. The ramp in back. You got the gun emplacements on the sides and all the missiles. I mean, it's so versatile. Of an air platform, but to have that again Oh, that would be good. So what would your stretch goals be?
Oh, wow. Blimey. I'd have Airborne as a stretch goal. Crazy
Nice.
Legs.
Yep.
I'd have a Ripcord.
Oh yeah.
These were all the guys that obviously are sort of like but
yeah, I would definitely. I'm disappointed that the Sky Striker did not get to the air crew final stretch goal.
Yeah,
but put some air crew with that because you want to land it on your flag, so you're going to need some guys to maintain it, right?
Well, I mean, it came very close, didn't it? The Sky Striker to getting that. That was the last stretch goal, wasn't it? The air crew.
It was, yeah.
But and they did a ripcord, didn't they? But he was in. Was he in a different?
Night Ops.
Yeah.
Ripcord.
See, I'd have an original ripcord.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
for sure.
Very cool.
What else? Oh, I guess the old one that is.
I'd want some because it's all kinds of like some cargo and weapons crates and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea. Definitely.
Because it's a chunk of a helicopter, so I mean it's built for hauling heavy duty. Yeah,
bits and bobs. Yeah, for sure. But I remember playing with that as a kid, and I just thought this is fantastic, absolutely amazing. The amount of things, yeah, it was definitely brilliant. Right, what you got next, then, Pete?
Up next in 3 3/4 scale, I'm going back. I would like to see a Dreadnought Swamp Treehouse Hideaway.
Oh, blimey! Was that in the cartoon?
Not per se. I mean, definitely they were in the swamp, and I think they did have like a kind of like a bayou cabin on stilts in a couple of the episodes. But I've seen some Playmobil, again, who does some awesome stuff. Keith Knight, shout out to you. They make a treehouse set in Playmobil that I've seen adapted into G.I. Joe for a Dreadnought hideout.
Something like this?
Yeah, where you've got docks, you've got some boats, you've got all kinds of swamp foliage, so you've got like big cypress trees and, throw me in some Indiana Jones snakes. There you go, like a cabin, a tree house, I don't care, somewhere for them to hang out.
That does look pretty cool. That is awesome. That
is amazing. Yeah, you got the swamp skier pulled up there. Copperhead's paying a visit.
Oh, the water moccasin I loved as a kid.
Yeah, I had mine still from childhood. That was one of my all-time favorite Cobra craft.
Yeah,
but how cool would that be? Make a shambly bayou cabin or something. Yes.
Yeah, they're absolutely awesome. Again, so many ideas coming from us, and we're just like fans of the franchises and stuff like that. But I think Hasbro have more leeway with what they can and what they can't do with G.I. Joe. So, maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed. Right, so I'm going classified here. So we've had a Cobra vehicle. So now it'll be time for the Joes to have their vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Goji says Gators and Gumbo. That sounds good.
Oh yeah. Here we go. I'd love to see this in 6-inch form.
Oh, yes, please.
Definitely. Again, it'd have to come with crankcase. I suppose stretch goals would be I don't know, interchangeable tires, spare engine, toolkits and stuff like that. Little garage
like a whole like a motor pool set to go with that. I'm not saying maybe not necessarily obviously the building to park it in, but
Yeah.
what if they gave you a bunch of all the monkey wrench
Yeah.
stuff to go with it? That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what Valaverse comes out with for their vehicle. I know that's one day soon will be a reality. We'll see what's come out of Bobby Vala's brain for a vehicle offering.
So they've not got anything at the moment then vehicle wise, and it's just figures at the moment. Yeah.
Just figures at the moment. Nothing has. There's definitely the tease, and I know he hears it all the time. I was at Joe Fest during his panel, and people were, all right, let's take some questions from the audience, and of course all the hands go up. What's the first guy? When are we going to get a vehicle? And everybody starts laughing because it's kind of the ongoing thing. But yeah, for Joe Classifieds, Striker would be fantastic. I would be in on that.
Jonathan's just asked if a striker big enough to warrant a Haslab. This could be done at retail. Well, yeah, I guess it could be.
It could be. I think if you trick it out with enough bigger, badder things, But I mean, again, look at what the his tank did. It went quick as a Haslab.
Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose
easy.
You can have working lights on the AWE, couldn't you? On the Jeep,
sure.
The two lights at the front, you could have them light up and stuff like that, and lights at the back and stuff like that. So,
the laser cannon on top lighting up, with some laser noises from the cartoon would be awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, why not? To me that's another easy layup for the Joe team. Hey, BOE!
BOE, hello, sir. Nice of you to join us. Thank you, my man. All good. Oh, yeah, BOE, bless him.
Awesome.
So, right, your next. How many more have you got left? Your final one.
We're on the last one, the final one, and it is the Cobra Castle.
Ooh.
From the cartoon. Yes, the one that rises out of the desert.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And again, lots of people have done custom ones, and I can see myself in the near future, maybe in the next year or two. There you go.
Did this here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That kind of style with the big serpent heads on top and the ramparts. And the interior. Let's pick some other images and see.
That's what we got.
Yeah, all kinds of. These are things that people are making right now. They're making that. That looks like it's out of Lego or some sort of brick. I don't know.
Oh, there's the cartoon one. Yeah.
Yep. I think that would just be fantastic, and what a phenomenal piece. I mean, totally in line with the Terradrome and the headquarters, and I mean, big things like the flag. Why not? Let's give Cobra a ridiculous headquarters. Oh, see, that's a great swamp. Castle Grayskull.
Yeah, where's that come from? Yeah, I mean that's a great picture. But yeah, that would be awesome. That really would be.
Yep. Everybody saying hello.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see that working.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. What did you say the would be?
I didn't, but again, I think you could do tons of different carded figures for that. Obviously, you could have like a expand pack as a tier goal, where you have like the little arena battle set area, where Flint and Snake Eyes have to duke it out, and then have to send a message to the Joes. I mean, that would be a little runway platform that you could add to the back. Again, inside just packed full of different little rooms and whatnot. But yeah, sky's the limit with that baby. Mass device. That's what I would make also as stretch goal. I would make Weather Dominator and a mass device as stretch goals. Hell yeah.
Definitely. Awesome. Right. So my final one, I'm going back to the 3 3/4 inch now. Because again, I never had one of these as a kid. My friend did. And this is one of my all-time favorite Cobra vehicles. So let's just type this in. Absolutely all over this. I would love to have that re-released again.
Definitely,
Haslab, because they did the Sky Striker as a Haslab, so I can't see any reason why they wouldn't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved the design of this this plane. And I know the wheels underneath were a bit dodgy and they were quite weak, so maybe they could what's the word?
Well, with
strengthen those up.
Modern tooling on it. Yeah. I think you could actually make it where it wouldn't be like an eggshell, which is how the vintage ones are.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. How cool would that be?
Definitely. You could have your own Cobra ground crew there. You could have like a little fueling truck and stuff like that, and little truck where he carries the missiles and stuff like that, and
a little weapons cart. Heck yeah.
But this, I just love this. I just loved this as a kid. I just thought it looked absolutely remarkable, and I saw
got so much going on, with that turret in the back and the way that it does the vertical takeoff. It's a great aircraft.
Definitely. Well, you never know. Like I say, I mean, I think Hasbro have got more leeway with what they can and what they can't do with the G.I. Joe side of things than the Star Wars. I think Star Wars is their team's very sort of
pigeonholed.
Yeah. They kind of like, right, Disney, this is what we want. This is what we want you to. We're going to push this to be sold and stuff like that. But then I don't get when it fails. How the Haslab explain that to Disney? Like, Disney, well, why aren't people buying this and why aren't you doing this? And I don't get it.
I know. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with for this fall as a Star Wars Haslab release. That's going to be interesting.
Are they? Are they're doing another one? Are they?
Well, that's typically when they like to announce those. Is at their own, HasCon or whatever the heck they call it, HazmatCon. I don't know.
Well,
but that's coming up in the fall.
I would rather they not do anything for the Black Series. And I know that's going to sound a bit harsh to people who collect the Black Series, but I think you've just got to look at the success of the 2 TVC Haslabs they did.
Sure.
And I think they need to sort of. I would personally, if I was them, I would push that more so than the. Because you've had 2 fails for Black Series. It doesn't look good. They can't afford a third one, surely.
I have no idea, but you're right. TVC is certainly fertile ground with a plethora of potential ideas there. No doubt.
Oh, what's this?
Yep. Marvel are doing the Ghost Rider 50th Haslab soon.
Ooh, see, that could be tempting. I like Ghost Rider. That could be very cool. Tempting. But the thing is, they like to say Hasbro do Marvel and Transformers as well. But I found like when we discussed about what we were going to chat about, I found it very hard to think of anything from Marvel or from Transformers to sort of like put as a Haslab project. So, as much as I like the two lines, I just found it really difficult to think, well, what could we have for that?
Yeah, it's only difficult for me just simply because I don't really collect a lot. And by collect a lot, I mean virtually none. I mean, Chris gifted me some vintage Insecticons, so those were my first Transformers ever. Again, that was my brother's, and he was the Transformer guy, when we were growing up. So I bet my brother could just rattle off, I'd like to see this and this and this. But obviously you can tell by my fervor where my my passions lie. Joe, Star Wars, And
that's fair enough. It's it's nothing wrong with
let's
that.
talk before we sign off. Let's talk about what is going to happen, and that is Motu Origins Eternia. Did you see that at all in the announcements that are coming out of San Diego?
I heard about it. I haven't sort of like seen any of the images or anything like that. I've been like really busy with work and stuff like that, so trying to catch up with lots of stuff. But
it's ridiculously cool. It is going to be a Mattel Creations crowdfunded, aka Haslab type project with Mattel. Yeah. I certainly will be picking one up.
Did they not do something similar to that with the Snake Mountain? What was that big Snake Mountain they did? Was that?
Oh yeah, that was a Super 7 Snake Mountain.
Oh, okay.
That's like the size of my couch.
Yeah, that looks big. Yeah, that was pretty
gargantuan. But the Eternia is scaled for the Motu Origins line.
Okay.
Which is way cool. I'm totally going to be in on that. I know Shabby is because he rubs it in my face. He said, "I told you they were going to announce that," and I'm like, "I'm glad that I was wrong. I figured it was going to be a Snake Mountain announcement, but hey, I'll take it as it comes."
Well, I was in London a couple of weekends ago, and I went to a shop called Forbidden Planet, and they had a Castle Grayskull there for Origins, and I think it was reduced to about £68 or something like that. Ooh.
Yeah,
but I didn't get it. So
there were some people online showing like Target's. I think it was Target's like blowing out the few Grayskulls they had for like $20-25.
How much?
$25.
And this is Castle Grayskull for Origins.
Yeah, because Target's getting ready to do a big reset, so it's like let's clear the deck.
Yeah.
I mean, my Target never my Target sold out of them. My Target never has anything on sale toy wise. They just go, nope.
Wow.
But yeah.
But yeah, well, that's pretty much it, guys. That was just our sort of like 10 ideas really of Haslabs that Hasbro could do. So these are just our thoughts and opinions and stuff like that. So I know a lot of people have different ideas and stuff, but
like Jonathan Redmond here, he's a 6-inch Sandskift or ATST for Return of the Jedi. Yeah,
I did put that up. Yeah, without a doubt.
Spot on.
Yeah, Sandskiff would be great. I mean, an ATST that would definitely work.
Yeah,
that would definitely work. I mean, you look at the size of the original AT-AT, how high that is. I mean, an ATST 6-inch scale probably wouldn't be much taller than that. I wouldn't have thought.
It'd be more like AT-AT height, which would be cool.
Yeah. No.
He's like, I don't need another line.
Well, I've got a few of the Origin figures anyway. I've got He-Man, Skeletor, Battle Cat, and Panther.
Yep.
But they're still boxed. I've not even opened those yet, and I've just been doing my Revelations figures.
Cool.
And they display so well. They are great figures. They really are. I've thrown the boxes away. But I was going to open those, but they display really well. But the artwork is great, but you just can't beat that original style He-Man, can you? Master of the Universe artwork.
That hits me in the feels, of course.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't need people like you, Boba Hicks, encouraging me to get stuff. I really don't. He's
an enabler.
I'm running out of room. I really am. I've got a couple of weeks off in a few weeks' time, and I'm debating as to whether to change my room around and do bits and bobs and take the shelving down and put some more of these cabinet things up and stuff like that. I don't know. Well, that's the thing. Once I start doing something, I think, why did I start it? So we'll see. But
I don't know. You got a pretty sweet. I would hang out in there. I just sit on the floor with a couple beers and stare at everything in there. It's an awesome room.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's like, but I've still got shed loads of boxes. I've just got so much to. I mean, you can see it behind. I mean, look at this box. I've still got that open. Crazy. It's crazy. I'm opening it and I'm not displaying it because it's just mad.
It's a vicious cycle.
It is. It is. And I've cut back. I've cancelled a lot of pre-orders. Because it's just coming and I'm thinking, and I'm starting to panic now. I'm like, oh, geez, shit. And then every time the parcel comes in, George is like,
cancelled it, eh?
Yeah. So I've cancelled a lot, quite a bit. I've still got a few bits that are going to be coming in, but nowhere near as much as what I have been. So I need a bigger room. I mean, it's spread over 3 rooms for crying out loud. My collection's over 3 rooms. It's mad, and that's another reason why I've not done the final part of my room tour, collection tour, because I'm still opening stuff, I'm still displaying stuff, and I'm thinking, do I want to change this around? I don't want to do a room tour and then think, I'm going to change it around and stuff like that,
and then completely change it around. Yep.
Yeah, but man.
Well,
anyway, I think we shall call that a night because it's just been about an hour and a half. So, but to all those people in the chat, thank you so much for joining us. It's been great fun. Time's gone by really quickly as always. And
thanks,
it wouldn't be a Scuba Pete and Universal Toy Collector live stream without some kind of balls up regarding technology. So I didn't want to let you guys down. So I made damn sure that there was going to be a almighty balls up in this one. So with regards to technology, but one day we will have a smooth running live stream at some point when I get the technology side of things sorted out. Unbelievable. But there you go.
It's just gonna be boring as shit.
Yeah, it will be. I think that's why people tune in. What can they cock up tonight, boys?
Right. Yeah.
But Trenton, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Cheers. Boba Hicks, thank you. Cheers, guys. Really appreciate that. We'll be back again, no doubt, next month. I'm sure. Yeah. We'll sort something out and find another topic. Listen, guys, if there's anything that you guys want us to chat about or discuss, feel free to comment. Come up with some ideas and stuff like that. We quite happy to take on people's ideas and stuff like that. And whatever you, what's he put there?
I thought technology doing a little
yeah, no doubt, definitely.
Nice.
But Keith Knight, thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Oh, thanks, Keith. Glad to have everybody here.
So, just there's a couple more bits coming up on the channel next week. I've got some, funny enough, more box openings and some more figure openings. I've got another episode of My Collecting Life, which is being pre-recorded Sunday, so I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's going to be a great chat, so that'll be out next week as well. So once again, guys, thank you very much for joining us, and we shall see you in the next one. Take care.
See you, everybody.